Hello and welcome to another episode of the Never Words podcast. I'm your host, Tom Brown. Tom Brown? Oh boy, Tom Brown. And I'm excitedly joined by my brothers Jack and Tim. Jack, Tim, not sure if you saw yesterday, but the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, I saw it.
Uh,
We're back.
It
The
they
offense is
they
awesome. Nothing to complain
well,
about here.
we're gonna we're gonna dive into it, Tim, but we're starting positive. Always Tim bringing the
Classic.
negative energy.
Classic. Oh my
Oh, it's
gosh.
every time. They're playing the Seahawks in what is of the 60 Super Bowls that or 59 Super Bowls that have been played. This is the longest odds for any two teams ever to play in the Super Bowl. It was 4,800 to 1 if you picked this as your Super Bowl matchup at the beginning of the year.
I
That's
mean,
pretty good.
not a lot of people did. Although Mr. Negativity started the show, he was the only one that realistically saw them winning double-digit games. So, call that a Stone Mountain, uh,
Stone face.
haze, Stone face. Oh,
Jack, don't call it
so he was
Stone Mountain up here. The old man on the mountain,
stone-faced.
Stoneface.
R.I.P.
Are we
they
talking
miss
about the
him.
beer?
Yes.
Yeah,
Ah.
honey, we're talking about your
But
special juice.
but my guess is that was who knows when the prediction was actually made. If it was before work, he was probably stretching out the stone faces, not actually drinking them.
Anyways, uh,
Anywho,
the odds are long. That's because, lest we all forget, Gerard Mayo coached this team 1 year ago to 4 wins. It's pretty remarkable that they are now playing for the Super Bowl.
yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
a turnaround like this, I guess with the AFC kind of being like no dominant teams, with the Chiefs falling apart, the Bills losing,
Just
Lamar
gunning for a
Jackson.
national media job, huh? With this attitude
Yeah,
for the
geez, Tim.
Patriots. The offense
What, hey,
sucks. They didn't play anybody. The AFC is
I
weak.
disagree with they didn't play anybody. They played the top three defenses in three straight weeks and won.
Yeah, well, guess what?
And
They're going to
Drake
play
May
the
made
top
the
four.
play of the game in every single game.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
the we last year, like, what was it? 13 months ago, we were on here distraught that they threw away their chance at the one seed or the one spot in the draft.
Yeah.
And here they are about to go to the Super Bowl yet again. It's insane. And it really makes you in this day and age when you just watch this coaching carousel and these coaching hires, makes you be like, why is Mike McCarthy getting his third life? Why are some of these hires happening? Robert Saleh again, when you see what a really, really good coach can do for a team.
It almost makes you question why they didn't go through a coaching carousel when they replaced Belichick instead of just handpicking somebody with no experience. Um,
They
that's
told him he
that's
was getting
my
the job.
that's my first thought. Yeah, that's what handpick means. Um,
Okay.
it's really it's really great to have a coach who not only knows what he's talking about, but you keep saying they're back in the Super Bowl. I think a huge distinction to make is this is not the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick Super Bowl teams. This is a ragtag bunch of warriors, as they'd have you believe. Um, and
Kind of like 2001.
it looks to him shockingly like 2001. I know we're
Yeah.
going to get into that game in a minute here. That was as 2001 Super Bowl run win that you'll see on this whole entire run. I mean, you mentioned the offense. Like, I don't think there's as many offensive issues as much as these defenses are absolutely real and
Mhm.
have really cooked up a good scheme for a second year quarterback in his first go through the playoffs. But you also pointed out he's made the play of the game in each of these games. And if one of those games has to be a 55-yard streak to Booty where he throws it on a dime and an amazing catch is made, so be it. But it can also be a 9-yard reverse to ice the game with 2 minutes left.
Where you're the
yeah.
only guy in the huddle that knows that that's the play. All right, let's dig in.
Did you see
Let's
the
dig.
center's quote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bradbury's quote. Yeah, we'll get
That's it.
there. So we start in a cloudy, cold afternoon in Denver, and
I feel like we need the NFL Films music under what you're about
I
to
don't
do
think
right now.
we don't need anything to be struck from the record. And so in early on, you know what? Drake May wasn't playing well. That was kind of so let's just go there. When it was good conditions, it was looking rough, and right from the start, Stidham hits a bomb on the second possession, and you're like, I think I texted you guys, I think the only way they can beat the Patriots today is with busted coverages, because you can't. I know people want to just pin that right on Gonzalez, but it seemed like Jalen Hawkins was supposed to be a deep safety there, and
they
was
were
looking
in a
at the
zone.
inside guy.
They were in a zone. You kind of expected that. Like if Stidham was going to give you anything, he was going to punch you in the mouth on the first or second drive, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and so they hit the 50-yard bomb. They score a couple plays later. What's up, Quinn? Oh, yep. And say that. Hold on. And we got a surprise announcer here. Say that again.
We're going to the ship.
We're going to the
Going
ship.
to the ship.
But so they scored, and I watched it again today during nap time. Condensed version. First of all, condensed games of the NFL are like anywhere 40 to like 47 minutes. This game was 33 minutes. That just tells you what the second half was like.
Yeah.
A lot of 2-yard runs.
Yeah. So they score with 10 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first quarter, and then didn't score again the rest of the game. The Broncos.
Yeah. That's a mix. That's a healthy mix of the Broncos having a quarterback who, with the exception of the first 4.5 minutes of the game, was not able physically to rise and meet the moment.
Yeah. There were some bad throws out there.
The other combination is the Patriots have been playing their best defense the last 5 weeks of the year, and it's really peaking at the right time.
It's like Milton Williams getting back in the center there on the defensive line. Kind of everything tumbled into place.
Did you guys see the stat that was going around last week that the Patriots are undefeated when Milton Williams and Christian Gonzalez start?
Well,
Makes a lot of
yeah.
sense.
And
they had a lot
honestly,
of value to that side of the ball.
Spillane got hurt, which seems strange. It did. I don't know what happened. Did they announce what happened? It was
his ankle.
I think it was an ankle.
Okay. But it is not much of a drop off when you go to Jack Gibbons.
Nope.
So then the Patriots, so the Broncos score, Patriots go 3-and-out again, I think, or maybe get a first down. And this is where the game
be a little
flips.
bit more specific about the 3-and-outs on the Patriots side, Tom. They happen quite a bit.
But this is where the game flips. The Broncos drive down and are in field goal position. Stidham scrambles to his right. Marcus Jones makes a big play on a 3rd and 6, stops him 1 yard short. Instead of taking the points, where honestly, I mean, the Patriots ended up with 10 points, but being down 10 points would have been a big difference. They go for it, and they run a terrible play, and they don't get it.
I don't understand why teams don't take the points in that situation. I know me and Jack talked about it 2 weeks ago. Then I made fun of him last Sunday. He misunderstood what I said, but
no, I didn't. You misunderstood what I said.
It was pretty clear what you were saying. the Patriots converted. Had they not, then you're like,
Yeah.
they could have used those
They
3
converted
points.
and scored, which I said they did take the points in a joking
Yes,
manner.
that's
No
true.
surprise to me that went way over your head.
Yeah. It's like an
You know,
airplane.
the tone is tough to figure out during a text.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's
I hope it's coming
so
across pretty
ridiculous.
clear right now.
Like you have a guy that hasn't played in 2 years, and your
I
defense has
think-
shown throughout the whole first quarter that they're good and they have a great game plan against Drake May and the Patriots. Just kick the field goal. I mean, in hindsight, all you're doing is sending the game to overtime, but now you're giving yourself another life.
Yeah, but like you said, the Patriots, and they got bailed out again. The Patriots at that point, 10 points with how bad the offense was playing and how good Denver's defense was. Granted, the weather wasn't bad at that point. That seemed damn near insurmountable at that point. A 10-point lead there would have been devastating for the Patriots.
100%. So,
and it's Sean Payton has said before the Bills game, you got to have sevens, you got to have threes. Or you got to have sevens, you can't have threes in those red zone opportunities. But yeah, with Bo Nix, not with Jarrett Stidham trying to make a play. And at one point, like before he actually like threw it away or got taken down, that was as ugly as it could get. Like it was like the start of the Caleb Williams play, but like halfway through, he's like, "Oh, I'm not Caleb Williams." Like,
I'm still Jarrett Stidham.
And yeah, I mean, when it was happening, I remember thinking like that's going to come back to bite them in the ass because it happened to Jacksonville. It happened to Buffalo last week when they threw the ball backwards and gave Denver 3 points. Like, points are important. They're very important.
And you knew it wasn't going to be a high-scoring game. Like
at that point, I think it was becoming pretty clear that it wasn't going to be that high scoring. Yes, it's early, but like Will Lutz can make that kick. At that time in the game,
35-yarder.
At least the conditions were clear at that point. So the Patriots get nothing out of it, really. I guess they got to flip field position, but then this is when it gets funky. A couple series later, Patriots have nothing going again. And in one of the weirder plays you'll ever see, Jarrett Stidham pump fakes, doesn't throw the ball, and then keeps running starts running to his left and push passes it with 2 hands.
Yeah, it was a chest pass.
Well, yes, it was a basketball chest pass. I wonder if he screamed out the guy's name. But he
Lil Jordan.
Yeah. But he did that, and at first it was called intentional grounding. I'm screaming that's a touchdown. And then there's no review, but they huddle up like basketball refs talking about an out of bounds, like, no, I saw it hit the Celtics. It's other team's ball. They just go, actually, it's a fumble. The Patriots recovered it. We blew an inadvertent whistle, so they don't get a touchdown, but it's just Patriots ball.
Yeah, the inadvertent whistle was dumb. They did score on a May scramble like 2 plays later, so really no harm, no foul. But that play by Stidham is the reason you take the points, because that kind of horrible looking thing can only come from a player who hasn't played in 2 years and is just not used to the timing and the speed of which an opponent who is trying to rip the ball out of their hands is coming after him. Like, I heard Kurt Warner say it best the day before, or the pre-show before, where he's like, you don't get game speed simulation in a red jersey at practice.
Back to the call, though. How do you give the Patriots the ball and not the touchdown? The ref ran down with the guy. He didn't blow the whistle, but he also didn't call a touchdown.
So the inadvertent whistle just at that point, the only thing they can rule is that if there was clear recovery, then it's a dead ball. The team with the clear recovery picks it up. But yeah,
But
even the rules analyst for CBS was saying like they should have let that one play out.
Well,
because
they've done that.
mostly they let it. They'll call it a touchdown
Yeah.
because it's automatically reviewed. So I don't. This
And it
is
was a
one of the
turnover,
times where they
so
did it.
just let it go. I mean,
Yeah,
any
yeah.
turnover they've just let go. Sometimes I have seen on games where it's like, oh, that guy looked like a yard short, like diving into the end zone. The ref calls it a touchdown because it's just like, I don't know, let's just go check it out. And it's like the
Yeah.
runner was down a yard short. Just there's no reason not to blow the whistle because then you can go back and say, no, his arm was going for, or was a forward pass. Even you could have called that, which honestly, you get bailed out. You get bailed out on a guy trying to make a play because the Patriots needed to be 15, 12 yards away from the end zone to score yesterday. That was the only way it seemed to be happening.
That or it felt like that or a defensive touchdown was the only way they
Right.
could score.
And I again watching today the second time through, he does that again in the fourth quarter. He does
Yeah.
a two-handed chest pass that Franklin caught. But
Maybe that's his
then-
go-to move.
then it was just honestly 2 hours of real time of just nothing, just slop.
There are notes. Two
Huh?
2 hours of 3
Yeah.
notes.
And
It
then
was horrible. Well,
Stressful.
at midway through the third quarter, it became like, what the hell is happening in Denver? But before that, neither team could run the ball, and both teams really wanted to, and that is the worst kind of football to watch. Just you're just watching 300-pound guys wrestle at that
and can we
point.
talk about like they couldn't get the run game going, things weren't happening. May was getting pressured. This is Josh McDaniels here. Not one screen to Travion Henderson.
Yeah, screen game wasn't there at all.
Like they threw
No
one to
screens, no
Henry.
draws.
Well, QB draw.
Yeah,
That
but
was
I mean,
So a couple other things happened here. A straight up blizzard blew into Denver. And that, no other way to say it, that saved the Patriots. That like
maybe,
Yeah.
but the Patriots
you-
had
They
the
had
lead
the
when that
lead.
happened, and even with the, and granted the Broncos were against the wind in the third quarter before it got bad, but just to exactly what Tim said, the Broncos could not move the ball at all, and Stidham wasn't going to take another shot down the field.
Right. Okay. What I'm saying is I never felt like the Broncos were going to pick up a third down. Like ever.
Same.
But once the elements became the way they were, I was like, the Patriots have a 3-point lead, and this is essentially a 2-score lead, 2-touchdown lead.
Mike Vrabel had the same thought.
And yes, with the play calls and everything.
Yep.
And I mean, I have the receipts. I said
you taking receipts?
I feel like this game is over because who can kick in these conditions? And then immediately Denver misses a kick. And then the Patriots do. If the Patriots got that, if Borregales makes it a 6-point game, you can just breathe a sigh of relief because there's no way they're scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, that I know. Granted, it was mile high and he had the wind. That 63-yarder, I didn't think he had that kind of leg. Like that went into the crowd. I mean, he definitely swung too hard. But obviously he was trying to hit a 63-yarder for the first time in his life, but that had the distance. But the kick he missed later, it's like you can't even fault him for
that's
that.
what I meant. I was talking about the one he missed later.
Yeah, no, I know that, and the Will Lutz one after that. When Will Lutz lined up for it, I'm like, this is not a guaranteed kick that he can hit this. At that point, the weather was crazy. The wind was even like nuts, like more nuts than the actual snow. And yeah, people are blaming Will Lutz for that. You really can't.
Well, do you want, again, having a second viewing, I forgot about this until today.
Was tipped, yeah.
No. Before it was tipped, Jarrett Stidham could have thrown the ball away, just thrown it away, but he was scrambling to his right and ran out of bounds 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage
Oh my God.
and backed it up 2 yards.
I just, yeah, I don't know that would have made the biggest difference, but
I mean,
that,
but
that you can tell
it wouldn't
though,
have been
that's
on the right hash. He missed he missed wide right. It would have
the
been right
decision
center
making
cut.
and how he sometimes sees the field and who was breaking through the line. And you're just like, how did you not see that guy? And it was like, oh, he doesn't have the reps. That's why, like, even after the big shot and the touchdown, I'm like, okay, that's the punch in the mouth.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, the Patriots didn't respond until he gave him the ball back, on the 15. But yeah, I never saw the Broncos offense as a threat. And I
And
was
when
proven
it's
right.
Marvin Mims breaking plays, I felt better. Like, it's not Cortland Sutton. It's not their number one wideout. Like, he got behind the coverage. That's going to happen, I guess. There was just no rhythm to their offense that made you concerned at any point.
There were
They
two
couldn't run the
third
ball
downs where
either.
Sutton wasn't up against Gonzalez and one was a slant where he just straight up beat whoever maybe it was Hawkins, I don't know who it was, but beat who was ever guarding him. And then later in the third quarter, maybe, where Stidham just threw it behind him. Like, just the timing was off. The timing was off as if, like Jack, you were saying, can't replicate game speed. He just threw it one step too late where you could have picked up huge third downs. And it was just Cortland Sutton could have beat them. He scored the touchdown.
Yep.
He could have picked up those 2 third downs and kept drives going. It's just the quarterback was the theory of Bo Nix to Jarrett Stidham might not be that big of a drop off. Stidham couldn't keep drives alive with his legs, and he hasn't thrown a real pass in 2 years. So that is a difference.
Yeah, well, if there was no difference between Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham would start over Bo Nix. That's
They wouldn't
the
have
dumbest,
drafted
stupid shit argument I've ever heard.
Are
Bo
people
Nix
saying
wouldn't have been
Yeah.
drafted in the first round.
Yeah, people are saying that because Bo Nix is so bad, the drop off to Stidham wouldn't be that severe. Bo
I
Nix
bet Bo Nix
was a
doesn't
4,200
throw
yards
a
this
chest
yeah.
pass to
No,
a
Bo Nix, exactly. Bo Nix avoids sacks. Bo Nix, we've been talking about it all year. He's the kind of annoying player who, when you need 11 yards, he gets 12. Like,
No.
that's the kind of player he is. That's not Jarrett Stidham.
Okay, we've talked stuff. Now we have to talk about the offense.
Hold on. That Drake. Okay, so we're going to talk about it.
Yes, we'll get there. Just, Jack, you alluded to it. The trying to get a running game going was tough to watch.
And that was it. That was the only thing they wanted to do once the snow came in. That's it.
Right.
They basically
and they
said
had,
no more throws.
The field goal drive was a good running drive, but like they also hit a huge flea flicker, which more flea flickers. It's that he dropped that right to Matt Collins. It was nice to have Matt Collins back.
That was the good Josh McDaniels, but he also had a bit of the bad in there. The second down and goal play, where it was a direct snap to Ramondre Stevenson, where they just didn't tell Garrett Bradbury that Ramondre is going to catch this one because he tried to throw it to Drake May's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah. The trick play is fine, but the problem that persisted in the wild card round that stuck with him in the divisional round again came to play in the championship round, which is the left side of the line is providing no coverage for Drake May. They are getting beat as soon as the ball is snapped.
Will Campbell was better yesterday.
Because he wasn't playing Will Anderson.
Right.
But Nick Bonito is pretty good too, and he was getting off the ball clean and giving Will Campbell all he could handle. The Denver Broncos had 6 sacks.
Yeah.
The offensive line is playing as bad as it's played all season long. Yes, they are playing 3 of the best 5 defenses in football, but it's not going to get any easier against Seattle, and I worry about constant pressure on that side. All any team really has to do is send another body on that side, and a play is done.
Yeah, they haven't been able to pick that up, the extra body.
And even when they try to chip, it's still they're stunting. Yesterday they were stunting in a way that like Wilson and Campbell were nowhere near each other. And if Stevenson was in there to try to block, or if they kept Hooper in to try to chip, the defense was nowhere near where the three players for the Patriots should be, and it caused a really messy pocket for Drake May the entire game.
Do you think that, and I know we'll probably talk Seahawks, obviously we'll talk about the Seahawks after, but out of the last three defenses, it would go Houston, Denver, Seattle, then the Chargers?
Well, the Chargers were the fifth total defense. The Texans
I
were
just
one,
don't
and
think
the
that
Broncos were two.
Seattle is not as good as Houston or Denver.
Have you watched the playoffs?
They just let up 500 yards to the Rams
To
yesterday.
Matt Stafford, Devontae Adams, and Puka Nakua. There's
Are you saying
nobody.
that's not
There's nobody
Drake May,
even near
Booty,
that
and
way.
Diggs?
No, that's in it. The skill
Are you growing
position
a
problem.
mustache?
The skill position problem that they have is even more like noticeable when you're playing secondaries as good as the Texans and the Broncos. And yeah, I'm growing the whole. This is a playoff beard. Can't really see it because just our gene pool doesn't allow side of the face hair follicles. But
so to answer the question, the final DVOA defensive rankings, Seattle was number 1. Houston was number 2. Denver was 5th. And the Chargers were, it looks like, 10th. So,
Yikes.
I think the best two teams in football played in the NFC Championship game yesterday. And you could tell by the...
Some people are calling it the de facto Super Bowl.
Hey, they said that in
I know,
2002.
Yeah, 2007 too.
So, yeah, there's nothing to say except when Drake made a couple plays with his legs. Otherwise, it was bite your lip and hold on, just like. And so we can talk the clinching play. Just some egregious. Sean Payton challenged a 4th and 1 pileup. There's never ever been an overturn on that. Where I was just like, where is the indisputable evidence? Like, show me any angle, you're not going to know. And I mean, I'm biased, but it looked like he just laid down and kind of got there after like a second little heave.
Not only that, like that just goes to the clock management, which even Vrabel took a stupid timeout in the beginning of the second half. And it's just like, you need these. You're gonna need these.
Yeah.
He took that, lost his timeout, and then he took a timeout. Like, what was the oh my gosh. He took a timeout where he really didn't need to with like 3 minutes left.
Keep putting your foot down. Keep going.
I think it was to change out personnel. Like the
Vrabel
Patriots
took his?
No, you're talking about Denver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Patriots lined up and then he called a timeout because he didn't like the matchup.
I don't know how you can make that mistake being as tenured a head coach in football as Sean Payton.
Yeah.
That's I mean, to have it to be in a 3-point game at home where everything is on the ground because nobody can pass, and to leave yourself 2.5 minutes with only the warning and 1 timeout as your ability to stop the clock is, that kind of coaching is why he isn't in the Super Bowl, but should be like, well, yeah, you shouldn't be. You've coached yourself out of that 2-minute situation.
Yeah, I think with what he had on offense, I don't think they were only hoping to get a pass interference on that last drive. Like, I don't think
that was their
last
last drive against Buffalo too.
the timeout wasn't going to help them. They couldn't move the ball for the entire second half.
I'm just saying.
True.
I'm just
You
saying.
need those timeouts though.
Don't challenge a 4th-and-1 pile. Like,
Yeah,
and your
terrible call.
defense.
Yeah,
If I'm not
disagreeing
mistaken,
that was a bad challenge.
They stopped them, and the Patriots had to kick a field goal. So, like, I know you're keeping the 3 points, and it's still 7-7, but like, just stupid. And then, I don't know. It's a hard game to talk about because it was 10-7, and then at the end of the game, they tried to throw over Christian Gonzalez and threw it 10 yards short, 5 yards short, and it was like an outfielder.
He was
just waiting for it. Very reminiscent of Jared Goff throwing it to Stephon Gilmore in the Super Bowl, and Gilmore was just like, "Oh, you threw it to me." So that sets up no timeout Broncos, and the Patriots have a 3rd and 6. Patriots was right at coming out of the Broncos timeout. It was a handoff off right tackle to Ramondre Stevenson, and Drake May told 0 people in the huddle and kept it and did a naked bootleg and stiff-armed Christian Ellis's brother and picked up the 1st down and went to the Super Bowl. Just incredible.
Yeah. Really great play.
Just
Wherewithal. Well, I didn't see Garrett Bradbury's quote. What did he say?
He said that he didn't tell anybody.
Right.
He said
Bradbury said he made his block and he saw the defenders running the other way and he didn't know what was going on.
And then Drake May said afterwards, "I debated telling you guys, but I figured it would be better if I didn't."
Yeah.
So,
is he the MVP?
No.
They've already voted.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
And if you were comparing Drake May yesterday and Matthew Stafford yesterday, I don't want to have that conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one team won, and one quarterback.
Do you guys have any last things on the Patriots? Because I had one thought watching that yesterday. I love Gonzalez, and who's on the Texans? Singletary? What's his name? Singleton?
Yeah.
Devin Singletary.
Stingley? Is it Stingley? It's Surtain's the top. He was running with the Patriots receivers and swatting balls away like we would playing the Johnny and Griffin.
He was what the second time May threw over there and he was just blanketed coverage on Booty. It was like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop.
Look at the other side of the field.
And then they didn't throw towards him again.
Yeah.
It was just like,
he's the reigning defensive player of the year for a reason.
Yeah. I was just like, he is just he knows exactly what Booty's doing. He knows exactly whatever receiver's doing, and he just knocks it away. Disgusted you're trying to do that.
Exactly. That, like, just a flap of the get that out of here.
Yeah, stop it. So then we can talk about Seahawks Rams. They played a different game. What they were playing wasn't the same game as the Patriots and the
Mike
Broncos.
Golick Jr. Tweeted out, or skeeted out, excuse me. He said, it's hard to believe this is the same sport they played in Denver a few hours ago.
I mean, it was just JSN, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams.
Well, also wasn't super windy in a blizzard, which is certainly, gives some legs to your argument that maybe they should just dome up these places.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Imagine if that game was played in Foxborough yesterday. They might have actually canceled it. I don't think they could have played that game.
It would have been that game would have been like 0. It would have been 3-0.
If they might still be playing it.
Or you know what it would be? It would have been like 6-0. Someone would have broke a run. Like, that's the only chance.
A very ginger run in the snow.
Yeah. Hey, I just got to say, I started to see some stuff online where people were like, get out of here with that football's better in the snow stuff. And I was like, thank you. I've been chirping it for years. Just like Ramondre Stevenson slips, you don't get the handoff. It
Did
wasn't
Drake May
good.
slip or just like take a
I think
like
he just
weird
fell down.
knee? Oh,
I think
okay,
he was like,
yeah.
I did nothing. I'm not getting hit here. So Darnold and Stafford just went insane. They were
Toe to
just,
toe.
it was awesome. That was like, this is high level football. I don't like that the Patriots are going to play one of these teams. And oddly enough, hear me out. I think they're playing the team I would prefer out of the two.
I said that to you guys yesterday.
Yeah,
I
I
want Sam Darnold.
understand. I understand why you'd say that. I just think that's a massive undersell of how good the Seattle defense is.
Totally, 100%,
Yeah, but the
1,000%.
Rams offense is awesome.
Yeah, they have the MVP.
No,
They
that's what it
really-
is. Guys, the thing I keep, and maybe I'm just, this is absolute wishful thinking. I'm staring off into the distance as I push my snowblower up the hill of my driveway. Sam Darnold staring off into the lights. Like, how
Monday
have I
Night
now
Football.
thrown 4 interceptions? That is in there. That is in that man.
Didn't he throw 4 interceptions in the last game of the season?
I don't know if it
No,
was 4.
maybe against the
Yeah.
49ers. They won 13-3, and the 49ers
Yeah.
defense is bad. That's what I'm holding on hope to him being bad.
Yeah.
This is the man
Sure.
that ESPN said, I am seeing ghosts. Now, that was with the Jets. That was with the New York Football Jets that gave up on a quarterback that just threw for 368 yards in a conference championship. Tim, I actually almost had you text Jennings to gauge how he's feeling about a Patriots versus Sam Darnold Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Tough day for the Jets. It's
I
a
could-
tough
I could
throw
afternoon
that
for
out
the
there.
Jets.
But all that said, JSN alone puts the fear of God in me.
Well, see, now we're talking a matchup here. It's JSN no matter where he goes, and Christian Gonzalez follows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's man coverage the entire game on JSN. Let somebody else beat you. Let Bobo beat you or Cooper Cup or somebody else. It cannot be JSN.
And you know they're going to stop the run. The Patriots have stopped the run every game this season.
Big
So
Bill
it's
Williams.
JSN, if he could get neutralized by Gonzalez, then it's really all right, Sam Darnold, you have to make a play with your 2 through 3 options.
And you got to blitz them. They didn't do a whole lot of blitzing yesterday. I mean, I guess they picked it up a little bit. They rushed, or they did a lot of run blitzing, which was really effective. However, they didn't do as much blitzing as they did against CJ Stroud. I think you need to light Darnold up and have him like those alarm bells going off on every single play. And that's hugely built on the idea that Christian Gonzalez can take away JSN. Because if he can't, then you're looking at, JSN going for 150 and 2 scores, which is nightmare fuel.
We might do a preview podcast a little earlier than say like Monday. I gotta talk to you guys about your schedules. But right now and on Friday, I probably won't change. My betting favorite for Super Bowl MVP would be JSN.
Yeah, sure.
Like that. Now the thing is Kenneth Walker, if you take that away, it's just remember the report before the Patriots Rams second Super Bowl where like 20 minutes before the game, they were like, the Patriots say we're going to put this game in Jared Goff's hands because we think he's going to shit his pants.
Yeah.
And that's what I think
Definitely.
Nick Kurtz and Mike Vrabel are talking about right now.
Nick Kurtz is the rookie of the year in the American League. I think you're thinking of
what?
Zach Kerr.
Zach Kerr. I did that.
I was
2
like,
weeks
I've never heard that
3
name
weeks ago.
before, but
Oh,
A great
did you
hitter on the
see
Athletics, Timmy. You really gotta keep an eye out for Nick Kurtz.
Stephen A. Smith got
Zach Kerr.
suspended by ESPN?
Did he really?
Yeah, because he said something about the Patriots. He was talking about the defensive coordinator.
Terrence
Who's
Williams.
Yeah, but he's out, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got prostate cancer.
Um, he made it a whole racial thing. They
Oh.
have a brother over there, and he's got the best defense in the league, and obviously he hasn't coached all season.
Did he actually get suspended, or was that an Instagram post that got you?
It's a tough one. Could be Instagram.
Let's go ahead and snip that. Let's just go ahead and snip that right out of the
that's
final
gonna get us
show.
more views.
Just go ahead. I'll just make this symbol.
Hold on. No.
Anyways, yeah, you got taken by another. No, so I'm not cutting it. I'm keeping that in because Tim's got taken. Hey, Tim, did you like our conversation when we brought you up in our podcast last week?
You didn't listen, did you, pal?
I was busy this week. What did you guys talk about?
You're on the show.
Well, Tim, what we talked about was your body compared to a certain salted meat.
Okay. Do I have to guess the salted meat?
I think we all know. Anyways, so
is it ham?
It's ham.
Yeah.
So maybe you should start listening when you're not here. You just interrupted me and I completely forgot my train of thought on Zach Kerr.
Yeah, but I thought I wanted to tell you about that information about Stephen A. Smith. That's not true.
That you got taken by another Instagram headline. Did you read the caption? Did it say this is a parody account?
No,
sometimes,
they don't always say that.
Tim,
I mean, they have. It did happen. It did happen. He's just not been suspended. It's just a big to do. Stephen A. did say that, but
no, Stephen A. definitely said all that stuff.
Yeah, but then you just read whatever blue check mark you see and take it as fact. Yikes!
Yeah.
Let's see what AI said.
Tim's a big does his own research guy.
I don't care what Allen Iverson said.
Tim's a big I did my own research guy.
You told me I'm the head of the research department.
Never said that.
No, he didn't.
You used to say my research department told me some stuff, and I was like, that's not true. And then you looked to the left and yelled at Kate. So Kate knows how to Google, and you don't. Anyways,
Go Patriots.
Now we're way off track.
Yeah, now I'm just like lost because Tim went.
You were saying something about Zach Kerr.
Yeah, I got nothing now. I don't know what happened. I know it got his name wrong.
Yeah.
I just continue
to
mess him up with baseball players. No, I don't want to switch to baseball,
I have some thoughts.
Freddie Peralta, huh?
So, rematch Super Bowl 49. I was just talking, Tim, about how as we were having this storm yesterday, and I had a couple 2-3 little beers during the game and to celebrate yesterday. Small beers? What's he say, Jack?
A few small beers.
A few small beers. Yeah, I had a couple small beers, and I was telling Allie 10 years ago, the Patriots won the Super Bowl, and there was a blizzard, and Tim was doing trash truck stuff and didn't have to go out, and my boss was afraid of the snow, so we didn't have to go in, and we celebrated that Super Bowl very hard.
Sure there.
Oh yeah, big time. I was there.
Did you stay the whole time?
Yeah, I didn't have to work the next day.
Oh yeah, I remember there was tequila involved.
But a lot of bookers.
Maybe
tequila was involved. But what are you gonna do?
Cigars.
Mm-hmm. All checks out, and it was snowing real hard.
Yeah,
very. All of this is. I'm having some brown spots. That's not a play on our name.
That was my favorite playoff run of the Patriots.
The double pass was that year.
Yeah.
Then the murder of the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck never recovered. And then the Butler catch.
That
all
was
right, so
Deflategate. That was the Deflategate year.
Yeah, when they beat the
Oh,
Colts
wow.
45-10, and they were apparently cheating because LeGarrette
like
Blount ran for
240 rush
300 yards.
Yeah, 2.5 pounds per square inch is the dumbest argument ever made by any other fan base in the history of football.
Well, then the
You're saying
NFL
that
took
was
it
a
over
forward
and they
pass
won
by
2 more
Stidham.
Super Bowls. All right, guys. So why don't we end it there? Because Tim totally derailed us,
Yep.
and
Makes sense.
we will.
We're not going
maybe
to
do
pick this bad
something.
boy yet, right? We're going to do a preview.
No. We're gonna let it marinate. Let the people just want more. Tim,
Where
what's
do you
going
guys
on with
stand
the
on Mike
Alvin and the
McCarthy's
Chipmunk
hire?
sound?
We're
He was
into
hired
it.
as the
think so.
offensive coordinator for
Dumb.
the Chargers.
No, Mike
What is-
McCarthy.
Oh, Mike McCarthy. Oh, from the Steelers.
Yeah, dumb.
Yeah, I feel
We
like
got
we
some
always
Steelers
have to.
fans.
We have to cut out like a 10-minute section of the Steelers. Yeah, whatever. I mean, you're probably going to get Aaron Rodgers back now. So congratulations.
I don't
Do they
think you
like
will.
each other?
I don't think they like each
thought-
other.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think they're best buds.
Didn't he get him fired?
I thought he did.
I don't know.
The owner said we're keeping the door open if Aaron wants to come back. I just don't.
Yeah, I've heard people say the only other person he would play football for is Mike McCarthy if it wasn't Mike Tomlin.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't know
Interesting.
that. I thought they didn't like each other. All right. Well, yeah. So we'll record again and make our picks. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sitting here today, I don't know.
You're happy with the
man.
journey?
You are crazy.
You're
What?
crazy. We'll just keep this theme up. You're
Yeah.
crazy if you were right now thinking that they're going to run over the Seahawks.
I think their offense will score more points in this than they have in the past 3 games combined.
All right.
That's
Well, save it for the next pod, guys. Jesus, you know nothing
That's-
about making the people want more.
yeah,
All
it
right.
is because me and Tim are going to end this at each other's throats, and people are going to need to see the continuation.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna be here throwing barbs in to like get you guys more fired up.
Lenny, who do you think can win the Super Bowl?
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, bye, Tom.